I'm going to show you a money exploit in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered where you can make an insane amount of money insanely fast, to the point where you'll never need money again after just doing this for like an hour, or even less than that. Once you get it, there's a little bit of setup time. You make more, and then eventually you have infinite money basically, and you'll never have to worry about money ever again as long as you play the game. So you can do this in a bunch of different places, but the easiest place for me that I found is a combo of the main ingredient, and there's also an inn right here, which makes a great place. So this is over at the Imperial City Market District, okay? And all you'll need is a little bit of starting money, maybe like 100 gold, or if you have a novice mortar and pestle already, then you'll only need maybe a little bit of money. If instead you don't have any money at all, go to this place like Ayleswell, or just go collect ingredients to get some money, or just go get some money somehow. But if you want to get started with the route we're going to be doing, which is an insane alchemy glitch, or not glitch, but exploit, then you go to Ayleswell or someplace, get a bunch of like, corn and stuff, make a bunch of potions, get some money, get started. But what we're going to do is go to the inn and the alchemy shop, and we're going to buy all of their cheap ingredients. Okay, so there's many steps that we got to do here in order to make this optimal. But the first, most basic part of this is you go to these people, you go to bartering, you organize it by how much things cost, and then you're going to buy everything that you can that's 2 coins, and then eventually, once you have... Oh, I have my haggle messed up on him. Once you have higher alchemy, then you're going to start buying things that are more and more expensive. So basically, you're going to go here, you're going to buy out everything this guy has. The inn is particularly good. Oh, I don't want gold right now. The inn's particularly good because a lot of his ingredients have the first effect of restore fatigue, so a lot of these are compatible with one another. It makes it very easy to just process them out basically in order to get your money back. So what you're going to do then is you're going to process these, but you're not going to sell them at this guy, like ideally you're not if you try to make money. But real quick, we're going to process these. So what you're going to do is you go to your inventory and you're going to use the novice mortar and pestle. If you don't have one, you can get one at the other shop. Okay, so what we're going to do here is just take anything that is compatible. There's restore fatigue. Beef gives restore fatigue. You're going to make a restore fatigue on self. You're going to go through these and you're going to find all the ones that give, say, restore fatigue. And then eventually you're going to do it for any combos that you can find. So go through here, restore fatigue. We got another restore fatigue. And you get the point, right? Just make a bunch of restore fatigue. So the price of these potions is purely based on your alchemy skills. So right now my potions have a base price of 21 with alchemy at like 41. But as you level up, they're worth more and more and more. So at first you make money, but you're not making nearly as much money as you're going to make eventually, okay? But once you have your potions, instead what you're going to do is you're going to go not to the inn, but to the main ingredient. So both of these shops, they are in the southwest corner of the market district, in case there's any confusion of where they're at, okay? The Imperial City Market District. So the main ingredient... There's something we need to do here. So we're going to have to combine speechcraft as well, or just spend a bunch of money. So what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to use the persuading minigame, which I've already done with this guy. But if you don't know how it works, let me go find someone else here. So here's someone I haven't done it to yet. So you play the minigame, and the way it works is you look at their facial expressions, see which ones they like and hate. So he hates the bottom 2, and he likes the top and right one. So the more bars, the more powerful the effect. So you don't want 4 bars on one that he hates, because then it'll make him really not like you. And so then the in-between ones are kind of compromised. So we're just going to say joke, admire, and then do the small one on those. And then after you do it once, it'll show which ones he likes and hates more accurately, basically. So we'll do the 1 for the boast. We'll do the 2 for the coerce, this for admire, and then 1 for that. And you just do this until you get it maxed. At a certain point, it won't let you click this button anymore, and that means it's as high as you can get it from playing the minigame. So back to this guy, the one we were originally talking about at the main ingredient. You're going to do that until you get as high as possible, and then if you have money, you're going to bribe it as well. Or if you just have money and you don't want to play the minigame, you just bribe them. Get it as high as you reasonably can. Then what you're going to do is go to bartering, and you're going to set to haggle. And you're going to try to find the highest amount it will let you do based on your speechcraft mercantile and your disposition towards him and all that. I guess it's mercantile and disposition. Speechcraft's just for getting the disposition. So, and mercantile is awful to level. So, I don't know, you're probably going to have low mercantile. But anyway, so yeah, you'll set this as high as you can. You try a different amount and then try selling something, and he'll say he refused. And you move down until you find the highest amount that he's willing to offer. And this matters a lot when selling back these potions. Also, this guy's 800 per transaction that he's willing to sell. Makes it really nice. So what we do here is we go to those potions that we made, wherever they are in here. Let me organize it by cost. There we go, restore fatigue. And then what happens is that when we sell these in a large quantity, that's when that haggle really matters, because instead of getting like 117, we get 125 or 142 or whatever. So that maximizes how much you're going to get, okay? So now we sell all those, and then we get 286, okay? So we just got a ton of money back. And now what we can do is we can keep on buying ingredients. And then you buy back all these ingredients. Or not buy back, but just buy all these ingredients. Same thing for the inn. So ideally, after 1 or 2 cycles, you have so much money as a buffer that you can just buy all the ingredients, and then just buy all ingredients, and make potions in batches and different things. Okay. So after you've bought out all those ingredients, which I'm not going to do right now because I don't want to make you wait for me to buy all these ingredients, you need to restock his shop after you're done buying ingredients. You need to restock both of the shops, actually, which is actually very easy to do quickly. So what you're going to do is you're going to leave the shop, either shop, and what you're going to do then, after leaving the shop, you don't need to go anywhere. You just need to not be in one of the shops. You're going to wait. So if you open the map, you can see your hotkey for it. It's T by default on keyboard. I don't know what it is on controller. But it's down there, whatever button that says. You're going to do that. You're going to wait 24 hours. You're going to do this 3 times in a row without re-entering a shop. If you re-enter a shop, you've got to do it again. You got to start over. You have to do 3 consecutive days without entering any of the shops. That's how you restock the shops. Once you do that, all their items are back. So after 3 days have passed, you go back to the inn or the main ingredient, buy up the ingredients, make potions, and sell them back to the guy at the main ingredient just because he has more money to work with and it's easier to persuade him to like you. And you're going to repeat that process. That's step 1. We're actually not done there. We have more if you want to make more money. At that point, you're making a lot of money. And if you only want like 1,000, gold or a few thousand gold, easy, right? You can go even further than that. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep grinding this until eventually your alchemy is up to 100, okay? You're just going to keep going. You make money, make money, make money, make more money until eventually your alchemy hits 100. And at that point, the game just completely breaks down and is completely broken. Now, something you can do, and you have to do this if you want this to go fast. It's going to suck without this. There's filters, okay? And you want to use these, have to use these, basically. It's going to be really awful to do this long term. So what you do is you go to filters, and you can just say, show me everything that has restore fatigue. All right, let's just put that on, okay? Back up, and now it's only the ones that restore fatigue, which makes this way easier. I can just be like, okay, click this, just mindlessly click things basically, and just grind them out. And you can do this for each effect one at a time in order to get your potions made way faster. So highly recommend using those filters, or else it's going to be awful doing this. There's also another shop that you should be adding to this that I actually forgot about that I wanted to add in here. So across from the Merchant Inn is all this section over here with the statue. And there's a shop here called the Feed Bag. This one also just has food items. It's also insanely good for this method. So include that while you're doing all this. So I realized there's actually another store that sells these great items for alchemy. So if you go to the northwest corner of this market district by the other statue, back here is the Gilded Carafe. And this place also has alchemy ingredients. So add that to your rotation as well every time you wait 3 days. So fast forward an hour or two, and I'm alchemy level 100. It literally just took like an hour or two doing it like this, and I made a ton of money while doing it. I had made like 20, 30,000 while doing it. And now things can get really insane because now I can create potions with a single ingredient, which also simplifies the stuff with the filters and all that. I don't have to deal with this anymore. So now I can literally just go to the top, take everything off, click apple, just make blackberry, just make it, click carrot, just make it. And so it's just extremely simple. The way it works is it'll give you the first ingredient from the first effect from the effects, whatever the top left one is when you see those 4 effects at the bottom left. So now it gets just so stupid because the amount of time not only can you no matter convert everything into potions at twice the potions per ingredients, but also there's no more hassling with trying to figure out which ingredients go with which and all that type of stuff. So now what we do is we just buy ingredients like we had been doing, and we just go to the guy, and we barter, and we just sell them, and we make just so much money now. So you'll see now with alchemy at 100, and this is without the master apparatuses or whatever. Now what we have here, let's look at the stuff before and after. Okay, 26,000. I bought from all 4 stores, and I converted all the ingredients. I didn't even have the master alchemy at the start of this. I got it like 3/4 of the way through this batch, and I'm already at a point where each sale of this is gonna make like what, like 10,000 or something like that. Oh man, this 110 restore fatigue is gonna be an issue. So this is an issue you'll run into where he's not gonna have enough money for everything, so you're gonna have to sell big stacks, like in amounts low enough for him to be able to afford it, or else he won't be able to buy it. But yeah, so you've got to deal with those like that. So up to 34,000 now.
That's a good.
Let's see, we're almost done, I think. Oh my god, how many of these do we have? It keeps going.
That's more
than
10,000. An excellent.
I don't know what we had at the start exactly. I already forgot, but I think we made 15,000. We made like 15,000 or something right there, and that was without the master. So take that, almost double it, because we only had master for the last like fourth of those ingredients. So if you buy from all the stores and then convert them all with the master, master alchemy, even with the basic novice or apprentice mortar and pestle, then you'll get, I guess, around 25,000 or so per cycle. And each cycle, I would say, takes like 5 minutes or so, maybe 10 once you have the master one, because you don't have to sort through the ingredients anymore. It's just the time to go buy them, and then you're just like, click, make, click, make, click, 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 and until you're done. And you just grind through it, and then selling. Maybe, let's say 10 minutes just to be generous there. So even just right there, without better mortar and pestles, and without maxed out mercantile skill, you're already at, let's see, 25,000 times 6, so 150,000 gold per hour probably at this point. And there's more. We're not even done yet, although I'm going to kind of summarize the last bit here. So what happens is as you level up in the game, the main character levels, when you hit level 17 and above, then there's a small chance, or somewhat a chance, whenever you go to, I don't have any on the map unlocked on the save file, but there'll be random wizards towers you'll find. And if you go do them at level 17 and above, you can find the master version of each of these of the apparatuses, like the mortar and pestle and the I can't remember the names of those things. They're in my inventory, but you get the master version of the retort and the alembic and all that. And once you get master versions of all those, your potions will be worth even more money. And so at that point, instead of 150,000 per hour, you're looking more like 200 to 250,000 per hour. Okay. Then it gets even crazier because mercantile's patched now, so you'll eventually get mercantile leveled up. And when mercantile's max level, they'll give you the best price possible. And so you combine that with that, and you're looking at, I don't know, probably upwards of 400,000 to 500,000 coins or gold per hour. So if I label this video with that, I'm telling you guys it's probably 500,000 per hour. It could be 300, could be 600, 4 or 5. I'm thinking 400 to 500. Okay, 1,000. Gold per hour once you go that far. But I'm telling you right now, you don't need to go that far, okay? Just don't even bother with that. What are you going to spend it on? I mean, I don't know. I haven't played this game in 12 years, but I don't recall anything that costs like 1,000,000 coins. But if there is something in the game that I don't remember that costs 1,000,000 coins, well, now you know you get 1,000,000 coins if you end up needing 1,000,000 coins. So that's it, guys. I really wanted to share this with you. This was something I actually found before I even knew about YouTube. Well, I knew about YouTube before I used YouTube or anything. Literally 12 years ago, I played this game for fun, and I literally found this on my own. I thought it was really fun. I just wanted to share it with you guys. So hopefully it helped you guys out. If anyone wanted money, you can do it. It kind of ruins the game, so if you're playing for fun, you might not want to do it. But hey, if you needed an infinite gold farming, insanely fast gold farming exploit for this game, well, now you know the fastest way that I know of currently to farm gold in the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered.